Have you ever had a crush on someone you know you shouldn't? Like every part of your brain is yelling about mission, but your heart is like, now let's suffer. Well, that was me, and worst part, it was my best friend's brother. Yeah, I know, major disaster waiting to happen. It all started one weekend when I went to Sarah's house for a sleepover. Nothing unusual, we had the sleepovers all the time. Movies, snacks, gossip, the usual. Except this time, the universe decided to mess with me. Jake, Sarah's elder brother, walked into the room to grab something off the table. And just like that, my heart began to flutter. Now, let me be clear, I had seen Jake a million times before, but for some cruel reason, that day was different. Like my brain just decided to ruin my life. And let's be real, Jake was the definition of tall, dark, and handsome. His voice deep, like narrate my life and I'll listen forever deep. But there was one major problem. Sarah had a rule. Her brother was off limits. For the rest of the sleepover, I tried so hard to avoid Jake, but the universe had other plans. We were watching a movie, and guess who decided to sit right next to me? Jake. At one point, he leaned in to grab the remote, and his arm brushed against mine. I nearly died. I mean, it was a 0.5 second touch, but in my head, we were basically married. The next morning, I went to the kitchen for some water. And guess who was also in the kitchen? Yep, Jake. Morning, he greeted, and I was like, huh? What? Yes, no, maybe, sorry, what? And Jake laughed. He literally laughed. And I swear that was the moment I decided I was in serious trouble. That afternoon, Sarah and I were in her room scrolling through TikTok when she randomly said, you know, my brother is so annoying. And without thinking, I said, I don't think he's that bad. And Sarah's eyes widened. Then I decided to play it cool and said, he seems okay, you know, as a person, a human who exists. Then Sarah gasped, do you like my brother? And I panicked. I turned defensive. I was like, what? No, that's crazy. Who said that? Not me. But Sarah wasn't buying it. She pointed a finger in warning and said, I swear if you ever fall for him, I will personally end you. Well, that was reassuring. After that, I knew I had to stop this crush before it got worse. But of course, my heart didn't get the memo. For the next few weeks, every time I saw Jake, my brain turned into a full-on romantic drama. And then the worst thing happened. I realized something. Jake didn't even see me that way. To him, I was just Sarah's friend, nothing more. Ouch! That's when it hit me. Sarah was right. Crushing on your best friend's brother? Horrible idea. Not only did it put my friendship at risk, but I was out here having heart palpitations over a guy who probably doesn't even remember my name half the time. Looking back, I cringe at how dramatic I was. Like, girl, chill. But honestly, that's just life as a teenager. We get crushes on the wrong people, we overthink things that don't even matter, and sometimes we fall for people who barely notice us. So moral of the story, if you ever find yourself crushing on your best friend's sibling, just run. Or at the very least, don't blush like a tomato every time they say hi.